Today's video is a serious one, an important one which I have planned to make for months, mentally rehearsing in my mind what I should or shouldn't say. Some of you are going to find this possibly way out of left field. You're possibly going to find this really unexpected. This may be hard to hear for some of you. So here's the thing, here's the story. For the past couple of years, I have had personal struggles surrounding my gender identity. And over the past few months, starting in the summertime, I saw this therapist. And basically, by the end of the summer, she had learned about me enough and had heard, what I talked about enough, that she said that she was comfortable suggesting to me that I look into a gender transition. And she said if I feel that it's right for me, and I think that it is right for me, and so this is what I've decided to do, is start a gender transition. Hello, I'm filming this video on October 25th, 2017, which makes this sort of a special day because today's my 11-month HRT anniversary, which is pretty great. But this week is special for another reason. Now, what the clip you just saw there was from the video that I uploaded to my main YouTube channel almost exactly 1 year ago, when I came out to my YouTube audience as transgender. Indeed, this week marks the anniversary of my coming out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And so I thought what I'd do in today's video is sort of recount sort of the events leading up to and after my coming out, because it's just so hard to believe that it's been a year already that I've been out as transgender. I came out to everyone in sort of a rolling fashion. I came out on Facebook first because that's where my friends and family are. And then I think I came out on Instagram the same day. And then a couple of days later, I filmed a video and came out on YouTube. And that's the video you saw the clip there of a couple of minutes ago. It's not hard to remember how absolutely terrified I was writing that post for Facebook and making the video for YouTube. I was just so terrified for a multitude of reasons. First of all, at an absolute value, coming out as transgender to anyone on any platform is just absolutely terrifying. You're scared of, what's the reaction gonna be? And another part of it for me was like, I remember I came out on Facebook on a Friday. How was I going to be able to walk into school the following Monday? Well, it all turned out fine, obviously. Gosh, it was just so scary. I wrote a really long post for Facebook, and it was scary on so many levels. Another reason it was scary is just because I almost felt like sort of a fraud coming out. This was at a time when I had super intense gender dysphoria, and I really wasn't sure what I was. I didn't know if I was a trans woman, if I was just non-binary. You may remember for a long time I identified as non-binary. It wasn't until, I don't remember, I think a few months into my transition that I finally dropped non-binary and admitted that I identify as a trans woman. But for a long time I was identifying as non-binary because I really had no clue what I was, except not a man. And it was scary just because I felt sort of fake. coming out, I still wasn't even sure if I was doing the right thing. I wasn't sure if I really was trans, or if this was the result of something else that was wrong inside of my head or inside of my life. And so it was super scary, you know. I was scared, you know, would family ditch me? Would my friends ditch me? Would I not be safe to go out in public anymore? But as it turns out, one side of my family did stop talking to me as of the day that I posted that update. Aside from 2 family members, not a single word has been spoken to me from any of them since that day. And as a matter of fact, just recently, one family member contacted me and, you know, explained that they were happy for me, but they, as like the rest of the family, aren't educated enough to know exactly what I'm doing and why. And so it's not a matter of that they hate me, it's just a matter of that they don't fully understand what I'm doing, and they don't want to say the wrong thing and upset me. That's what this family member said. Whether or not it's true, I'm inclined to believe it's true. I think someone who would actually make the effort to reach out to me wouldn't lie to me about that, and so I really appreciate them contacting me. It was a really nice message I got. That was just a couple of days ago. But yeah, I lost the contact of that side of the family, but the rest of my family have all been super supportive, and all my friends have been super supportive, and I've just been so lucky, you know, to have all that support throughout my transition. I'm especially thankful for, you know, the few friends that I came out to privately before I came out to publicly, and they were all supportive of me. I'm incredibly thankful for my friend Katie, who was a huge resource during my transition. She gave me some of my very first female clothes. She took me out in public presenting as female for the very first time. She taught me how to do makeup, gave me my first look at what I actually look like with makeup. She's just been incredibly helpful, and I've been very thankful to have her in my life. She's an amazing friend, and her mother has been a big cheerleader in my transition too. So she's really amazing. I've also been super lucky to have the constant support and cheerleading from my boyfriend, who's just the most amazing person and the biggest sweetheart on the planet. And I've been super lucky that I get to call him mine, and that I have him supporting me and being my best friend and my partner through all this. And I've just been over the moon to have him in my life, and I've been super lucky for that. And likewise, you know, my YouTube audience have been an incredibly supportive bunch. I lost about 150 subscribers when I uploaded my coming out video on YouTube, but that doesn't matter. It's, you know, good riddance. Glad to be rid of them. If they're the type that they would actually unsubscribe for something relatively trivial with regards to my YouTube channel, then they're probably not the type of people I want hanging around my YouTube channel. But as for everybody who stayed, and the hundreds of new subscribers I've gotten, I've been incredibly thankful for their support and their you know, for them to continue to enjoy my videos. And a lot of them have come over to this channel to watch these videos. It's just been incredibly I've just been incredibly thankful for it. I'm a very lucky person to have all this support from my family, my friends, my boyfriend, my internet audience. It's meant a lot, and it's given me that much more confidence as I continue my transition. Another huge thing I'm thankful for is just how much better my life has gotten since transitioning. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life now. I'm doing better in school now, and as a matter of fact, last year turned out to be my best performance that I ever had in any school year during my time at university, which is kind of neat. I've had no problem getting jobs since coming out, and I'm even working a job now out as a trans woman. I'm not sure if I ever mentioned it on this channel, but I got a job at school, which is pretty great. I forget if I mentioned that on this channel. I know I mentioned it on one of these channels. It might have been my main channel, but I am currently working a part-time job at the university, and I am obviously out at my job because I'm out at school and it's the same place. So yeah, really happy to have that. But I've also had I've had, you know, I've gone to presentations by some companies that are recruiting students and new graduates and stuff, and I've spoken to people at these companies in person dressed just like I am here, for example, and it's gone totally fine. And so it's just really great that everything is going so well with my life, and I owe it, at least in part, to just how much happier I am and how much better I feel about myself, you know, since transitioning. And one of the biggest improvements in my life since transitioning is that it's like when you suffer from gender dysphoria, it's like there's a constant noise running through your head, a noise in the form of just constant anxiety and wondering, you know, suffering from gender dysphoria, wondering, am I doing the right thing? Is there something else wrong with me? Would I ever be able to make it in the world as a woman, as a trans woman or trans man? I know I'm sort of biased, obviously, towards trans women just because that's what my knowledge and experience is with, but certainly it's the same thing for trans men. And you've got all this noise and anxiety and uncertainty and fear and doubt running through your brain. And when you finally start transitioning, and as you continue your transition, it turns down that noise in your head, and eventually it turns off completely. And it's such a wonderful feeling. It's so amazing to not have to have all that anxiety and stuff anymore. That's just one of the best things, and it's just really amazing. And you know, while there's been a great number of successes in the year since I've come out, there is still a lot of work to be done. I'm still uncomfortable in a lot of circumstances presenting as female. For example, while I have no qualms about going to school in a dress or whatever, I've yet to have the courage to, for example, go to the grocery store in a dress, and that's something I sort of have to work on. I've gained a ton of weight on HRT. I've gained 40 or 50 pounds since then, and that's definitely something that I've had to manage emotionally, but also it's something that I need to actively work on to try and mitigate. My voice is still the biggest obstacle to my passing as a female in public. I think I'm passing now as long as I'm seen and not heard, but I know as soon as I speak to a stranger, they assume that I'm male regardless of what I look like because I get sirred. So my voice is definitely something I need to start working on, and I know I've said that before, and I've watched a couple of videos, but I haven't really gotten anywhere with them yet. So I have 3 weeks to get somewhere before I see my therapist again, because she's expecting me to have been able to get somewhere by now. So we'll see how that goes. But for all the challenges that I have faced and still face throughout my transition, there have been so many more positive outcomes and improvements that have been made to my life. So on this anniversary this week of my coming out, I strive to realize how much better my life is than it was a year ago, and how thankful I am that I took all that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and I took it and I ran through it. I pushed through it, and I was brave and courageous, and you know, had no clue what I was going to be doing, what the outcome was going to be, but I just knew I had to do it, and I did it. And the outcome has been just incredible, and I hope that any person watching this video who suffers from gender dysphoria, questions their gender, questions if they have an issue with their gender, anybody suffering from this sort of group of problems can come to gain the same courage that I was able to muster to do the things that they need to do so they can live as their authentic self, as their best self, and become a lot happier just like I did. So that's pretty much all I want to talk about in today's video. Is sort of a quick video. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to recognize that this occasion is happening this week, and just sort of, it's been sort of a week of remembrance for me for, you know, where I was and where I am now, and just sort of share my thoughts on that. Next month, a month from today, will mark 1 year on HRT, which is pretty amazing, and when that anniversary rolls around, I will make a video. That video will be to detail all of the changes that HRT has brought upon me since then. We'll have a look back at sort of the timeline of changes. So that should be a really cool video. It'll certainly be a lot longer than this one. And there's a tutorial video I still want to make. I still want to make a tutorial on how I do my makeup. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, just sort of because I've been busy, and also I recently bought cream eyeliner, and I want to learn how to do something with my eyes, because I don't do anything with my eyes. So I have some cheap store brand cream eyeliner, not even store brand, just some weird brand that I've never heard of before. The stuff cost me $4, but I want to learn how to use it and get decent at using it, and once I sort of master that, then I will make the video showing how I do my makeup. But for now, I think that's all I need to do for this video. As always, thank you all so much for your continued support and interest in my journey, and we just keep soldiering on from here. So thank you, and I'll see you later.
She's waiting.